You won't believe what just happened because this single clip has completely shaken the internet and ignited a wave of speculation, excitement, and confusion all at once. So before we dive into the full truth, make sure you watch till the end and hit the like button right now, because what you're about to hear is not just another rumor but information that people around the world are scrambling to understand after the global chatter around the Iraqi dinar suddenly erupted when a new claim surfaced showing the possibility of a rapid jump toward the shocking level of 96 cents, something that many investors have only dreamed about but suddenly feels closer than ever due to a combination of political timing, currency market pressure, and unexpected statements linked to what many are now calling the Trump factor in the 2025 landscape, creating a storm of reactions across social media, trading forums, and international finance channels where millions of people are desperately trying to verify whether this is the moment they have been waiting for or just another wave of noise in the long history of the dinar revaluation storyline that refuses to fade away. As this clip circulated, people immediately began analyzing the signals behind it, connecting dots between economic reports, government decisions, and foreign policy changes that could hint at a larger global shift, something that experienced currency analysts have warned about for months as Iraq continues working on financial restructuring, banking modernization, digital currency compliance, and international partnerships that push it closer to full economic integration. While some experts strictly caution against making emotional decisions, others argue that the conditions forming in 2025 look dramatically different from earlier years because Iraq's oil-backed revenue, infrastructure rebuilding, and international support from trade allies are converging into what might become the strongest financial period the country has seen in decades, potentially allowing the Central Bank of Iraq to shift the official exchange rate in a direction that aligns with long-term economic reform strategies. Meanwhile, global investors are watching the U.S. political environment closely, noting that any public comment from Donald Trump instantly amplifies speculation, since many believe his foreign policy approach toward the Middle East and monetary agreements could accelerate pressure for a stronger Iraqi currency. All of this combined is why this clip exploded across the internet within hours, leaving viewers demanding clarity about whether the 96 cents figure is an actual target, a misinterpreted statement, or a strategic leak designed to prepare people mentally for a major update in the foreign exchange market. But regardless of which theory you believe, one thing is certain: the reaction is real, the shockwave is global, and the number of people entering the conversation has multiplied overnight, turning this moment into one of the most talked about dinar news events of 2025. If you're watching right now, stay glued to the screen, because the deeper we go, the more the picture begins to reveal hidden layers that most people never pay attention to. The viral clip that triggered this global eruption has become the centerpiece of debates because within a few seconds it mentioned economic indicators, international negotiations, and potential monetary adjustments that analysts immediately recognized as signals often seen before a major currency movement, which is why so many people reacted instantly and why the topic dominated discussions across TikTok, X, YouTube, Telegram groups, and forex communities throughout the night. As investors began breaking the clip down frame by frame, they started identifying clues related to Iraq's recent economic performance, including rising oil exports, reduced corruption leaks, modernized payment systems, IMF recommendations, and fiscal stability improvements that point to a more controlled and internationally compliant financial environment than in previous years. Meanwhile, rumors tying Donald Trump to possible future agreements involving Middle Eastern financial restructuring added fuel to the fire as supporters of the dinar revaluation theory began suggesting that Trump's influence could align with global currency adjustment cycles expected in 2025, especially as the U.S. economy faces its own pressures from inflation, debt, and shifting geopolitical alliances. All these factors created a perfect storm of excitement, where people are now wondering whether the 96 cents target is not just a symbolic figure but a reflection of internal calculations or phased revaluation estimates slowly surfacing through unofficial channels. In reality, currencies do not revalue overnight without years of preparation, and this is exactly why the latest developments in Iraq matter so much, because the country has been steadily improving its financial framework, adopting international banking standards, strengthening its anti-money laundering systems, and entering new partnerships aimed at stabilizing its national economy. The viral clip didn't provide a complete explanation, but it hinted at something bigger on the horizon, something tied to Iraq's long-term goal of restoring the true value of its currency to a level that reflects its resources, global importance, and strategic location. Many experts believe that if Iraq continues on this trajectory, an upward shift in the dinar's value is not only possible but inevitable, though the exact rate, timeline, and mechanism remain tightly controlled by the central bank. What makes this moment so explosive is the timing. Multiple global currencies are under stress, international trade patterns are shifting, and Iraq's economic reforms are accelerating simultaneously, creating the kind of environment historically known for producing unexpected jumps in currency adjustments. And now that the clip has gone viral, the public's curiosity has skyrocketed, causing more people than ever before to examine charts, compare historical rates, and search for clues about whether the rumored 96 cents level is within reach or simply a motivational spark igniting discussions worldwide. As the debate grows louder, one thing is crystal clear: the world is paying attention in a way it hasn't in years, and that alone already signals a shift in how the Iraqi dinar is being perceived on the global stage. As the internet continues to spiral with theories, predictions, and emotional reactions, it's important to look beyond the noise and examine why this specific moment feels different, and why millions of people believe the 96-cent speculation may not be accidental but rather a reflection of accumulated economic pressure, political timing, and market restructuring that has been building for years beneath the surface. Iraq today is not the Iraq of past decades. The nation is experiencing increased foreign investment, stronger oil contracts, improving security conditions, and growing partnerships with countries seeking stable energy sources, which naturally increases confidence in its long-term financial stability. The central bank's ongoing digital transformations, including advanced banking platforms and international settlement integrations, further point to a future where the dinar could finally trade at a more competitive and globally respected level. Add to that the ripple effects of US political influence, where anything linked to Trump immediately amplifies expectations around Middle Eastern economic policy, and you have an environment saturated with speculation that the 2025 currency cycle may hold a major surprise. While critics argue that such a jump is unlikely without a complete overhaul of Iraq's financial structure, supporters emphasize that significant revaluations in history were often preceded by phases exactly like what Iraq is experiencing now: regulatory tightening, improved revenue, reduced currency manipulation, and increased foreign confidence. The viral clip acts as a spark, but the fuel beneath it is years of reform, global shifts in energy politics, and market readiness for a potential recalibration of undervalued currencies. And this is why the conversation refuses to die. Instead, it grows louder every hour as more people dig into the data, revisit historical revaluation patterns, and attempt to decode whether the dinar is quietly preparing for a gradual climb or a sudden shock movement. For viewers watching right now, the most important takeaway is to stay informed, stay engaged, and continue following verified updates instead of rumors, because the next few months could introduce changes that affect not only Iraq's economy but global forex dynamics. The world is watching, investors are preparing, and analysts are sharpening their predictions as 2025 approaches, with the potential for major economic surprises that could reshape how people interpret the future of the Iraqi dinar. If you want more powerful insights like this, make sure you subscribe, turn on notifications, and drop a comment below, because your support motivates us to bring you real, original, and deeply researched updates every day. And trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next.